Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to the solemn entry. We are all going through the new gate into the Christian quarter on our way to the Holy Sepulchre. Breakfast is over, and we're on our way out to the bus to head to Bethlehem. Naomi comes back and Ruth says, "Your people will be my people, your land will be my land. When you die, I will die, and your God will be my God." And she came back over to Bethlehem and she married Boaz. Ruth and Boaz had a baby named Obed. Obed and his wife had a baby named Jesse. Who said that? Good for you. And Jesse has a baby named David.
Road into Bethlehem. Look why we cannot go in any further. What do you see? You see the wall. Look at the wall going around. You see the snipers' positions on the wall. Bethlehem, if you know that you have.
We're now going through the first step of the checkpoint.
This complex, you walk like starting with healthcare and education and you know, monthly allowance to big families and helping them in every way possible. There wouldn't have been even one Christian remaining in Bethlehem today. In Bethlehem, or you are going through the wall.
There's the wall.
Look to your left.
Welcome to Bethlehem.
And looks like when you do that.
Brother Steve and Ms. Janet, thank you for coming. You've always been very helpful. Father Sean and Father Tony, for each one of you will have a small gift, a vestment that was made by Catholic nun. Your Father Sean, right? Okay. The vestment with the Jerusalem cross, the typical cross of the Holy Land.
Come on up, Father Tony.
You're welcome. Each one of you will get a Jerusalem cross as well, because this is important to have the Jerusalem cross. So we decided to give each one of you a
Close your eyes and imagine the Lord singing this to you.
Okay. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing.
Merry Christmas. In Shepherd's Field, where we're going to have Mass, we're going to get to start early. The folks are all coming in. Most people have never had Mass in a cave before, but here we are.
The newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Oh, come, let us adore Him, Christ the Lord.
We visited the beautiful Berluzzi Church of the Chapel of the Angels. Here's the announcement to the shepherds. They go and see the baby in the cave, and then they return to their fields rejoicing. Now we're driving through the traffic in Bethlehem to get to our nice restaurant that we go to support some Christian brothers. It's called the Christmas Tree Restaurant, and you get a fresh choice of falafels or shawarma. For lunch, there's Jirius. Hello, Jirius. Hi, how are you? And we're going to help everybody here. They're going to have a choice of vegetarian falafel or chicken shawarma. And the chicken shawarma comes off of there, and all of these different vegetables and salads are put in. And look at this, Father's walking off with a shawarma. So you'll look like an expert. Spring loaded. Yeah. You pull it back. Put a little of this in there, and then you trim the edges. And leave a little hump there on there. Back it in, make sure, and now you come here, but you do it, don't let it splash. You gotta like real low, and then do that in a little shake. Father Sean's making falafels.
Tell us what you're doing, Father.
I'm gonna smooth this out, give it a little hump, trim the edges, just like a pro. Does that not look delicious right there? Try not to give myself third-degree burns here. If that's gonna go in.
Hey! Back through the streets of busy Bethlehem to the Church of Nativity. Amer's counting to make sure we're all here. So we're on our way to the Church of Nativity where Jesus was born. You can see it from an aerial here, the shape of a cross. We arrive and walk through Manger Square, and we have to go in this little door. Into the Church of Nativity. Our group's already in, but I wanted to show you where we go to get in. You have to stoop down. That small little door. And we are now coming into the nave of the church. There's some new mosaics here, which I'll show you pictures of in a bit. This is about a 3-hour line, unfortunately, to get down to the grotto of the birth of Jesus. And here's our folks. We just arrived, and we'll have to decide how to handle this because it's a long line. It goes all the way over there. These are not new mosaics, as I said earlier, but newly uncovered and restored mosaics. The line is right down there where they're going to go down the steps into the grotto. And the line goes all the way around here and all the way around there. And there's the beginning of our folks. You can see Father Sean and our group there. We've got some big guys in the back to kind of run defense for our group. For an hour and a half, we arrived to go down the steps into the grotto. Here you see the people descending. I was down there for an hour and a half, moving everybody along, saying, come on, two at a time, move along. Probably saved our group an hour so they could touch this place, the birthplace of Christ. Here you see us reaching down, touching, and here's Father Sean touching the birthplace of Christ. A group from Tennessee. We prayed the mystery of the Nativity in St. Catherine's, where we see the Christmas Eve Mass. And then everybody got to rest and use the bathrooms, and we jumped on the bus and headed back to Jerusalem. And here we're going through the checkpoint out of the Palestinian West Bank back into Israel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to the solemn entry. We are all going through the new gate into the Christian quarter on our way to the Holy Sepulchre. When you see the number of people here by the thousands, our group is really appreciative knowing they're going to get the solemn entry with all of these people stepping aside. We're on our way to the Holy Sepulchre for the special solemn entry. I thought my recorder was working, but it wasn't, so I didn't get the actual ceremony with the video. But here we are, lined up to go into the tomb after the Franciscans sang, played the organ, and gave us a nice presentation. All the other groups had to step aside for our group. Here they are inside the tomb. Our group is now in the tomb, and these are ready to go in. And here we are lined up outside, ready to come in. Waiting to come in. Here we are in the antechamber. It's a little dark. And folks coming out now. New group going in. And we just finished the solemn entry. Everybody got to go into the tomb. Now we're heading back for dinner on the roof of Jerusalem. How's that for a view for dinner? There's the Notre Dame and looking out over Jerusalem, Dome of the Rock. I can see the domes of the Holy Sepulchre there, the Mount of Olives, the moon rising over the Mount of Olives, the old city of Jerusalem where we just went into the tomb of Christ. And here's our folks up here having their dinner. Did everybody have a good day? Yeah. Very good. So we're all having dinner up here on the rooftop of Jerusalem. Thank you. Glad to do it. You're all worth it. And there's more over here.